All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and joining me now, Larry Kudlow, Trump's senior economic advisor, host of the Larry Kudlow Show on Cumulus Radio on Saturdays. Check your local radio listings. And, of course, author of JFK and the Reagan Revolution, A Secret History of American Prosperity. There it is on your TV screen. Larry, welcome, sir.
Thank you, Steve.
All right. I want to ask you something because the market has been pretty stagnant, maybe trending down a little bit over the past couple of weeks. I think the S&P has a 6-day losing streak going on today, into today. Hillary, I believe the market factored in a Hillary victory, and we're more comfortable with that scenario. Is that still the case?
Well, it's an interesting question because a lot of the pundits, there's really no way to prove this, okay? But a lot of pundits believe the stock market favors Hillary, and that the reason that they favor Hillary is that she's more of a known quantity, okay? That people are familiar with her and that they're not familiar with Trump and they don't know what he's going to do, and they're worried a little bit about protectionism. Now, I never bought that. I just want to make that very clear. I never bought that. Trump's plan to slash taxes, particularly business taxes, to deregulate, to get rid of Obamacare, to unleash energy, to get sort of sweep clean corrupt Washington, in my view, has always been bullish for stocks rather than bearish for stocks. Now, what's interesting is, you're right, the market's been slumping in recent days, not big time, but all of a sudden, Hillary has become, she's not the safe candidate anymore. We don't really know what Hillary would be able to do with the reopening of the email investigations. This is a point that my pal Holman Jenkins made in a very good Wall Street Journal column out yesterday, I believe. And it's, I think, something that's going to change attitudes in the financial world. Look, she's first of all not certain. Second of all, the race is too close to call. Trump could win, she could win. We don't know that yet. But third of all, the idea that Trump is more uncertain and Hillary is more certain, well, you tell me, if she's under investigation, if her whole group is going to be re-interviewed and re-investigated, if a grand jury is going to be convened as it should have been in the first place, if they're going to go and look at the Clinton Foundation, well, how could Hillary possibly govern? I don't understand this. She'll never get anything done. All her time is going to be taken up with these investigations and planning and plotting for them. And the House, at least the House, if not the Senate, is going to be calling her up for, constant investigation, hearings, Trey Gowdy, people like that. So I just wonder if my financial market friends might want to take a second look at this. That's what I'm saying. She is not the safe or the certain candidate.
Yeah, well, I'm of the opinion that if she wins, Obama pardons her right out the door, but there will be the congressional investigations at the very least.
You really believe that he will pardon her? You really believe that he will go down in history as a guy who pardons Hillary Clinton? Serious question.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I see a better chance that she would pardon herself. I don't think Obama wants to get involved in this. I think the campaign is one thing, but I don't know, Steve. You really think he wants to pardon her? And this would be before decisions are made, before investigations are closed? Huma Abedin and some of her people may wind up going to jail, Steve.
I know, but he's already determined and has stuck by it that she didn't put national security in any danger. Plus, we know he was in on this whole thing. So the longer this goes on, the more testimony, the more revelations. Don't forget, as we have from WikiLeaks, we found out definitively, he emailed her, and it wasn't on state.gov email, and he denied to the public that he ever knew she had her own email. So he's in it up to here as well.
Well, okay. Yes, he made those statements. That's a while ago, by the way. He also defended James Comey a couple of days ago, and I thought that was quite interesting. He also has a Justice Department, which is no longer bound by the rule of law.
Right.
That's really a huge thing. So what I'm suggesting is, if Barack Obama were to pardon Hillary before January 20th or on January 20th before the inauguration, that is going to be his historical mark. And I don't think he wants that, okay? I think he wants to go down, as the guy who produced Obamacare so everybody could get health insurance, which I don't believe, by the way, but that's what he wants. As the guy who, rescued the economy from disaster and catastrophe. I don't really buy into that either. I don't know.
All right, you got a point. Yeah, you got a point.
If Hillary wins and she is under investigation week after week, month after month, these things are going to be stretched out. If all of a sudden her senior staff starts, going to jail because they lied to the FBI, which I think is absolutely going to happen, I don't know how she governs. I don't know how she does business with the Republicans. And I think that by getting back to the stock market, they really better start looking. Smart investors will buy this dip, okay? Even if the market dips, let's say on Election Day or the day after on a Trump victory, I would recommend buying those dips because Trump has a pro-growth program which will help growth, profits, wages, jobs, capital, will bring corporate money back home, help small business. Do you see what I'm saying? He's got a growth plan that the market has really ignored.
Well, that's in large part your growth plan.
Well, it is. I was one of many who worked on that thing, and I think it's a good plan. He's emphasizing it. Try this on. Hillary and her people, John Podesta, James Carville, what are they doing? They're running against now James Comey, who's not on the ballot. They're running against Vladimir Putin, who's not on the ballot. Carville blurted out the other day, it's all the KGB's fault.
Yeah.
The KGB's not on the ballot. Now they're hauling back Miss Venezuela, who's not on the ballot. Trump, meanwhile, and I've been watching his speeches very carefully, has been dead-on message. Tax cuts and growth and jobs and Obamacare and judges and all the rest of it. So she's out there talking about stuff that has no relevance at all except to try to save her behind, whereas Trump is out there with a pretty good economic growth vision. And I just think coming down the home stretch, that gives him a definite advantage, and that's why I would say to my stock market friends, think again, boys and girls. You may be missing a great Trump buying opportunity if the market's still correct.
Buy the Trump dip.
Buy the Trump dip. There, yeah. I said it. Buy the Trump dip.
It is always a pleasure, Larry. Thank you so much. And again, the book, folks, JFK and the Reagan Revolution, A Secret History of American Prosperity. Always great to talk to you, sir.
Steve.